Hello and welcome back to the Blue Water Inn in Ravenloft for what will be our level 13 edition of Purple Rain, our Stormsinger life. Just taken 13, having come through the first part of Ravenloft and most of the other level 10 stuff in the game, the Ataraxia and the two Dragonborn ones in the marketplace, as well as what we did in the sands previously. It did quite nicely. We got some nice electric spells on level 13, so we took, as promised, the ball lightning, so we'll show you that one. Chain lightning, the level 5 electric spell, and also another level 5 one, greater heroism, so I don't need to mess about with the scrolls anymore. So that's all great. The Greater Dragon Mark of Storm is proving its worth, both against end bosses and particularly in situations where you just want to keep going and not be too bothered about the stuff around you, like in the Offer of Blood in the sands, or let's say when you're running up and down the stairs in the Castle Ravenloft and the stuff may be chasing you and you just think, oh, just have some lightning, I'll make my way up these stairs. That kind of thing. Just a nice extra bit of damage around you. I think the duration now we've leveled up might be somewhere in the 40-second area. So still not amazing, but we'll get there with it. Is it worth having instead of doing the Dragonborn? I think it's certainly worth having. I mean, you would never get this any other way on this character. So, if nothing else, it's been a nice little experiment. I certainly don't regard it as a waste of enhancement points to have got that. Gear-wise, we've just swapped a couple of things, just a couple more Canith crafted things replacing the lower ones that we had. So a nice item there. Resistance for saves, parrying for more saves. A bit of magical resistance, dodge, wisdom. Wisdom will be for our will save. And then on the cloak, vitality for more hit points, spell saves for even more saves, dodge is duplicated on the other item. Insightful charisma is nice. I don't think we have any other source of that. In fact, I'm pretty certain we don't. And that's the only two I've changed. I was having a look in our inventories, and we do have for the next level a lilting song that comes from the Age of Rage chain. That's a level 14 sonic stick, so I'll be showing you that one next time around. In the meantime, we'll stick with our two level 10 ones. Still with the 5-piece Isle of Dread set for a nice little bonus there on top of our Ravenloft set. Enhancement wise, I just maxed out the electric crit chance chain. We're not doing anything with cold at the moment. That's one of the things that's been mentioned about this archetype. You really don't get too much in the way of cold unless you take the tier 5 here, which we have. We won't see the iceberg until we are able to cast level 6 spells, but that's going to be the only cold spell we have, because we're not going to be using the snowball spell-like ability that could have been in there, nor the low level is it ice ray or something, cold ray. We're just not going to be using them moving forward, so the iceberg's the only one. It seems a little bit of a shame, but the electric stuff more than makes up for it in my opinion. As underwhelming as the first two are, once you get to the third one, the lightning bolt, and then this ball lightning and chain lightning, some really nasty AoE. And don't forget we are maximising everything, having put our 6 points into maximise. So we're going to see some tasty damage, I hope, with that. Electric crit wise, we should be in a good place now. Yeah, 39 on that, so that's great. Sonic's lagging behind because these only give cold and electric. Spell power wise, you can see we're still in a good position. High 200s on the 3 that matter, so that's great. Positive is lagging a bit behind, but realistically at the level we're playing at, we're just using that for topping up in between time. I could have taken Cure Critical as a new spell when we leveled up, but to be honest I think these two are more than enough for us at the moment, said he before going into a death experience. I'm sure that'll happen now. We were talking in the last one about maybe an augment to upgrade the number of dragon mark users here. There is one, I looked into it, it comes from the final enemy quest in the Saltmarsh chain, but it's for lesser dragon marks, so it would upgrade our electric loop users, which we're really not interested in. It's the greater one we're after, so unfortunately I don't think there is one for that, but I did have a look. Talking about running low on spell points, Brian did mention this because I know you like to run I think it's a Stormsinger as well that you run, isn't it? So I've obviously run into similar situations, and I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about things you can do to reduce the mana use where necessary. Obviously you can, even though maximize is only costing us 7 on each spell, if you're feeling it's still too much, you can just remove it. Although there's a strong argument, especially in heroics, that the difference it makes to the spells more than offsets the extra spell point cost. Like you might have to cast 2 spells to see off a group of opponents against only 1 for a maximized one. So that's perhaps a thing. The other one, well, it's huge for any caster leveling in heroic. Hide behind your spell-like abilities. So in this case, Horn of Thunder, huge damage, just one-shots groups at Reaper 1. The Shout spell-like ability still very useful. So those two, just use those as often as possible with all the metas on for free to economize if you need to. What else did I have on my little list? Displacement. That's on a relatively short cooldown at this low level. I mean, a minute 18 isn't terrible, but definitely I'm trying not to use it unless I'm in a quite a big brawl, or I am confronting a boss, something like that. Crowd control, especially now we've got the Horn of Thunder, and that can just one-shot packs anyway without it. So I try to save the sound burst now for groups of enemies that have one or more Reapers along with them, and that I really do need to stop, or when a Reaper pops up in my face, that kind of thing. So I don't do it as a matter of course, just lead with sound burst, as we probably will in Epic. I tend to try to round up a pack now and just hammer it with the horn, finish off stragglers with the shout, and that's what, 29 spell points worth. So that's pretty good for getting rid of a whole group if we can manage to do that. So the same, I guess, applies to these lightning things. They are reasonably costly compared to some of the other stuff we can do. So unless we're flush in mana, we perhaps should not go too crazy on those to start with. Otherwise, boosting your casting stat, in our case charisma, as well as better DCs for more damage and crowd control, you'll get bigger spell point pool, so that's a thing. For a still bigger spell point pool, you could consider the magical training feat, which also has the benefit of giving you +1 crit chance across all what do you call them? All the different element types. I'm trying to decipher my patchy notes. I really need a new piece of paper here. Oh yes, add wizardry items for more spell points. Like for example on here we've got wizardry 112, so that's 112 bonus to the spell points. Unfortunately they don't stack, so you can only use one, or the highest one will apply. If you don't have any wizardry on your gear, you could add a topaz of wizardry. That's another option. Regular use of rest shrines, obviously. And don't engage if you're one of these that, I mean, I've nothing against this style, but it's perhaps prudent if you are a little bit tight on mana, only to engage the things that you need to, absolutely need to complete the quest, rather than sort of going into every nook and cranny and killing everything. I think that's probably everything I had to say on that. Okay, now the last thing to say, if you do get reduced to echoes of power, no mana left, on this character it is still possible to come through it. You have a shout spell-like ability, fully meted, which only costs 9, so you can kite round a group of things and wait for it to come off cooldown and then just hammer them with that. Or if you are doing the half-elf thing like we are here, you could try saving one or two of these Greater Dragon Mark of Storm, which are obviously free in terms of mana use, and hit that if you get into trouble with the mana, and hope to generate one or two lost souls to see you to the next rest shrine. As obviously as you level up, mana will become less of an issue. At least that's what I'm hoping. Right, I thought maybe today we could try to show you some of the second part of the Ravenloft chain, the level 11's. So let's go and get stuck in. We should hopefully have the tools to be successful here. Now this is the first time I will have had these new lightning spells here, so I'm going to be trying to get used to them, where they are on the buttons. Don't expect any miracles straight away. Enhancements wise, I'm going to try and take the DCs in our Stormy tree, and that'll be it then for what we really need in here. And in fact I could leave that alone until the capstone, couldn't I? Probably. And then just start building in the Stormsinger. That's the plan. Okay, I think that's everything. Now we do have, because we're wearing robes, I've put back again the Reveler's Regalia for more crit damage when we face a big thing or a boss or something. Thought that could be situationally helpful to us. Or it'll just sit there and I'll forget about it. One or the other.
The Order of the Silver Dragon still guards this place, bound by an oath that not even death can break.
Go away, bat. That's the horn at its brilliant best. Actually, let me just wait a moment for that to come off cooldown, because it might be at its brilliant best again here. It is on a relatively short cooldown. Oh my goodness. Yes! Wow. Okay. I mean, you could say as well, I mean, to go back onto the saving spell point thing, you could just say use the horn. I mean, the horn is 20 spell points. There's a Carnage Reaper down there. I threw the shout spell-like ability in there as well. So between those two, I mean, it might not be very, as one of you put it, cinematic, but you could certainly get away with just doing those two. And that would be pretty mana efficient, I think. Just cuddle the Fear Reaper so he can't do the damage over time to us. Let's not cuddle him for too long, because he might decide to start hitting us. Top up the health. Now can we just pull the lever and get out of here? That'll do. Now they did take away, what did they take away? Most of our buffs, didn't they, the buggers? They can't take away the song, can they? They left the greater heroism. Let's throw some core lightning on here. See if we can pick off the spiders behind us as they appear. Nice job. Looking at this, there is perhaps an argument for saying we ought to go higher on the level, but higher on the level does bring its own issues, because then things are being harder to kill, and you're using more mana to get rid of them.
Slumped in the throne is a gaunt.
I think we'll have some lightning here.
Without looking up, it says simply, "Go away." The Revenant shakes his head. Argenvost's light has left. All that is left is God's endless punishment.
I threw the chain lightning in there.
Who tries to end his torment? The Revenant falls, once again nothing more than a lifeless corpse. On the commander's body you find a large silver key. Engraved on the key is the name Argenvost.
That lightning just kills things in passing. Very nice. Actually, I'm glad it stopped now, because I don't want it to attract all this stuff in the cemetery that I would just like to bypass.
Tucked behind the mansion is a fog-shrouded cemetery. An impressive mausoleum stands in one corner.
There's no need to engage all that stuff in the cemetery. Unless there's a Reaper or something in there, I don't think it ever comes out unless you... Oh, come on, game.
You use the silver key you found on the commander.
Unless you annoy it in some way.
You place Argenvost's skull inside the mausoleum, and a brilliant light fills the room. Now, if there were only some way to direct the light to the beacon atop the mansion.
Hello, bats.
The sound of flapping
Right, let's
wings
go with
comes
this
from just beyond
spell
the
critical
closed
item
door.
thing. And also our Call Lightning
Your eye is
Storm.
drawn to the impressive beacon
Oh, that was nice.
Suddenly, taloned creatures fly out from behind, swooping down on their prey.
Threw all the electric stuff at it. Very nice. Okay, happy days.
The beacon flashes with a brilliant light that can be seen throughout the valley, and from somewhere a voice whispers, "I release the order from its vows."
So spell point wise there, we didn't do too badly, did we? I
I
guess we illustrated the fact that if you're leaning heavily on the horn, as you should be when you've just passed level 12, you can be pretty mana efficient. I wasn't sure how many of these to show, but if we can complete them in reasonable time, perhaps I can show all four level 11's maybe. Let's see what we can do.
You have returned to Castle Ravenloft, this time uninvited. As promised, the servant's door was not sealed, a sign that Jesper the Raven made it this far at least. Jesper's last report says he went off to steal a potion from a coven of witches, whose lair is at the top of the South Tower.
Oof! My sound burst spell seemed to go missing there, maybe because it's not quickened, or he came down the side of us or something. I don't know where he came from. I did try to hold him and it just didn't happen there. So top of the South Tower. Let's go for the old lightning on the stairs.
Following it all the way to the top should get you close to the lair of the old crones mentioned in Jesper's journal.
It's nice that once you've cast it, because you're no longer casting offensive spells, you can stay invisible to them and still be call lightning on anything that is in your immediate vicinity. Like that. Okay, there's a load of ghosties and things in here, aren't there? We still got something. That sword, by the way, if you block while it is hanging above your head, you take no damage. I think the default key is the shift key for that. A lot of people aren't huge fans of these long staircases. I can understand that.
You whisper, and a word
That's another thing the lightning's good for, just finishing off any stragglers, so you don't,
Many sense
again,
of
you
blue
economise
eyes shine
spell
out at you
points
from
that
the
way.
darkness. They regard you with a haughty aloofness that only one creature across the many planes has truly. The withered forms of two hags glare at you from across their cauldron. One of them, the taller of the two, gestures for you to speak with her. The old witches cackle, then one of them
I think we'll
sneers at
definitely
you.
have some lightning on for this encounter.
Bandits, Baba Lysaga warned us of their spying ways. So we set a
Maybe even we put the cloak on here.
face twisting into a gap-toothed grin, the witch continues.
The lesser one there can be crowd control, but the big one, no.
Secrets will be ours, and then we'll feast. But those lingers on me,
Okay,
and
happy
she
days.
lives for this. Such a little bandit, though. She's
That's our lack of energy resist coming back to bite us. We still only have what the guild ship is giving for most of them, apart from the acid, which is not good.
And something begins to emerge. The
Actually, have
cauldron's
I got
fiery
a
heat
piece of
abates.
equipment?
These vile
Yeah,
clones
I
have
thought
uttered their
so.
last curses. It is time to search their land.
Seen there was less PRR than there should be. So often I forget to swap back, that's why I don't like doing too many swaps. Take the
You
vials.
find a set of vials which
That
must be
key
the
there
portion
is
of
for the
gaseous form
optional
described
down
in
at the
journal.
bottom, which I
They
won't
will
be
allow you entry into
doing
the
in the
magical
interests of
tower within the treasury.
a quicker completion. Shift key if you have feather fall on to fall faster.
Broken furnishings lie scattered about the room. At the center of the destruction is the smashed remains of a moldering cake. Its sickly sweet smell permeates the wreckage.
You never know when you might need these things to craft something.
Smashing through furniture like it was paper. It is circling you.
I don't think the lightning will be any good against the golems at the end, so we're going to use it now. I tend to like to kill these, otherwise they seem to try and do the sword attacks through into the next room, which is a bit annoying.
You quaff the witch's brew, and you watch as your body evaporates into a fine mist. By strength of will alone, you push yourself through the tiny tower window.
Right, I'm pretty sure these are immune to lightning, so we're just going to have to make do with the sonic here. Oh no, they are taking lightning damage. Okay, so let's try the ball, chain. Not amazing damage, but something. And just watch how much mana these things are going to drain.
This book's pages are brittle with age, and much of it is illegible. But what you can make
Reflective
out suggests
bloodstone.
the author is none other than Strahd himself. Perhaps your allies back in town can make sense
So
of
yes,
it.
Golem's definitely not a favourite, well, of most casters, I think. They're just mana sponges. I could have taken 3 points in there for bypassing some of the resistance to cold, sonic and electric. Maybe I should have done, maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. Okay, calling. Okay, now this is my least favourite of the... Oh, there's lag here. This Wactor house. There are several... Oh, big lag. Several situations here where you can easily get into trouble. Situations where you can quickly be surrounded, because there are plenty of opponents here that teleport onto you, like L11's and devils and that kind of stuff.
The lesser evil? And if so, can you tell which one that is? According to Lady Fiona Wachter, this secret passage leads straight to the Baron's manor across the way.
Okay, now these puzzles, if you didn't know, provided the puzzle is all lit up, you just have to step on each light once in a circle. Doesn't matter which way round you go, and it's done. So that's quite handy.
This must be the dungeon under the Baron's manor. It appears he has already taken a couple of prisoners. A harsh, commanding voice issues from down the hall on the left.
It's probably safer to not kill this guy and use him as a deterrent later on, but I prefer to just get rid of them all. I could have saved, actually talking about saving mana, I could have saved a lot of mana by using him to chip down the opponents and not having to take these people on. So that is a very valid point. That's a mistake. Actually a pretty bad mistake, as it turns out. One that's going to cost me my life if I carry on being stupid. Dearie me. Okay. That was an unmitigated disaster. Half the mana lost in a needless fight, because there was no need to do that. It's still not over. Are there still things? I need to try and look for a shrine, I think, up here. What's doing that blue thing? I've never looked around here before, but I'm pretty sure we are not going to survive to complete the quest if we don't find a shrine. And that was just rank silly. Should have just left him to engage the other things. Oh my God, look at this. That's the chain lightning. Yeah, the mana situation is not good, is it? Can we see a shrine anywhere here? Doesn't look like it, does it? Unless that's a key to a shrine. I've no idea about this top floor. I've never actually been on here. Give us a shrine, go on. Nope.
The note nailed to the doorframe defiantly reads, "All
All
is
is
not
not well."
well." As you read it, you hear an odd noise behind this door. The hum and crackle of lightning, then a stifled gasp.
Okay, we found a shrine anyway. Nice one as well. Little steam pool. I think we'll start that one again, people. What an absolute disaster. It just goes to show when the point I was making, absolutely illustrated about not engaging unless necessary. There was absolutely no need, apart from ranking patience, to engage that that group. Could have just let the guy go down and start the fight down at the bottom. So even now I've found the shrine, I'm still going to be costing myself more mana, because he would have taken health off the other things. And he would have set up the fight for me. Just really, really silly. But maybe that's why I'm here. To demonstrate all the pitfalls so you good folks don't fall into them. Can we actually find our way back to known areas? I think it's just all the way down here, isn't it now? Yes. Now this is a definite place for the lightning. We could actually try, yeah, this might be a good place for extra crit chance as well. Let's do that. Boost the lightning up.
Lady Fiona Varter cannot contain her smile. What splendor.
Let's try and get to a position of relative safety if we can. Now, one of the options I did have, which might have been relevant here when leveling, was the disco ball, but that's enchantment and I'm not going to do anything on enchantment. Nice job, lightning. I'm not going to do anything on the enchantment side, so I didn't take that. Also, the disco ball takes quite... oh, crikey. It takes quite a long time to wind up. I don't know what I did wrong there. I must have missed stepping on one. There we go. I think we'll have another lightning shot here. Can we reach those up there? I'll chuck a sound burst thing in just in case. I think the horn should be off cooldown. Always happy for a soul, and I think we are in business.
The books on the shelves here have a range of grim and horrifying titles. The perfect collection for someone.
I haven't actually stepped into the Amber Temple since the changes they made, so that might be interesting to see. I was reasonably happy anyway in there with the, you know, where all the different things could be. So I hope they haven't moved them from the possible alternatives, where the little manuscript things could be that you look for. Need to displace. Now at the moment we're missing a big single target stopper, and that's pretty glaring. So I'm messing about with the anytime we've got a single target, it's less than ideal. Lightning's obviously not going to work on that one. The humble sonic blast is still doing a little job. I didn't realise you folks could heal. And their lightning ticking thing is still doing a job on us, look. And of course he's still there, so I'm not getting my proper heal. Come on then, hurry up. Okay. Oh crikey, there's a famine down there. We're going to have to be... You'll notice the second of my Sonic things went missing there. I don't know if it... Sometimes it just charges you the cost, but nothing happens on the game side. I think we might do lightning here as well. So almost 40 seconds now we've got. Let the lightning finish him off. Now if memory serves... Oh, okay. Now I think he might have been one of the Reapers that spawns with 0 health, so that did us a favour. If memory serves, we can just go here, grab the key, and come back down again, can't we? Got another one of those nasty red things here. Save mana where I could. I don't think we have. Do we have another shrine? Yes, we do. There is one up here. In fact, I should probably use that. Let's not be silly. We'll try and redeem ourselves from the first one. Now, there are plenty of opponents in here. Oh, so there's a caster back there. Nice job, okay. Another steam bath. I just wasn't sure. In fact, I was probably right. We might not have had the mana to deal with the two bosses. Should we use the regalia here or with the Baron? I think we'll save it for the Baron. Actually, if we quick, we could get it in with both, couldn't we? Let's use it now. It should hopefully apply to the lightning storm I've just triggered as well.
Lady Voctor does a double take.
Loads and loads and loads of lag. Half the spells didn't trigger at all there, I think. That's unfortunate, but the ones that did got us through. Welcome to the wonderful world of Orion. Now if we get down there quick enough, we should still have our extra crit damage running. I can trigger the lightning thing again. Nice. Okay, despite my best efforts to completely botch that one up, the strength of the class prevailed. But it does pay to know or to search out the shrines, to keep an eye on your mana bar. I think we've all been there where we've been in the middle of something and it's suddenly on echoes of power and it's like, oh god. So let's go and have a quick look at the Amber Temple, see if I can spot any of the changes they've made. I think they've made it more obvious where you're supposed to go to find the clues, perhaps. One of the bear party in particular absolutely loathes this quest, you know, just for the getting lost factor and all that kind of thing. So hopefully they made it a bit more player friendly. I'm just going to do what I always do in here, and I'll see if I can spot any of the changes. I'll save the lightning. Will the skulls be affected by the lightning? I'm not sure. But I'm going to try and save the lightning for them. I tried to throw a sound burst in there. I'm not sure it was effective. Oh, very nice. That was the chain lightning. Decimated that Reaper. Very nice. Okay, let's go with the... Even if they're completely immune, it'll at least reveal where they are. Oh no, they can be hit by it. Yep. They have resistance to it, but they get hit by it. That's nice to know. So first thing I would typically do in here would be to wander down here where two possible locations of the missing pieces are. Oh yes, one shot the skull there. So that's another nice little use for the core lightning. Doesn't look like it's there. Neither here. I wonder if they changed maybe some of the I think they said they'd done something to the locations as well, had they, to make them more predictable where they go. So maybe some of these locations I'm remembering are no longer in use. So there is one to the right here, isn't there? Let's get the lightning back on. Oh no. Oh, nice shot. There it is. Good stuff. So the second one can be round the corner here with these hags, can't it? Let's hope the... I was hoping we still had lightning. Oh, we do. Yep, got lucky. And the third one, where do we like to go first? Across here, don't we? think we've got some skull issues here again, haven't we? So let's get the lightning going. Don't do that. Oh, something red crown behind us. That's not good. Crikey, and a Fear Reaper. We're in trouble here, aren't we? Let's just wait for that to calm down. That was just silly, turning your back on a crowded room. And we won't get any proper heals because it's all active in there. Let's just go and have a quick look, see if we can find the piece in here. No. So let's get the hell out of here. So this next section doesn't... Oh, I'm going to have to watch the mana, aren't I? This next section doesn't have anything opponent-wise. So we just come and have a quick look for the piece. Nope. So, the two remaining places it could be. The first one will be up here. If you stay away from these dark spots on the stairs, apparently, you don't get targeted with spells from over there in the tower. Could actually shrine here to get our mana and lightning back. Might not be a terrible idea. You little bugger. We don't have shield, do we? Horrible things. Our suffering was worth it. We found a scroll. So that's the last one. Not too painful. Let's get that shrine used. We're in a bit of a mess, aren't we? Oh, we've still got things around. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about these. I should have realised there was still something when we weren't getting proper healing. Okay. Let's get the job done. Now, for any of you who don't know this quest, the good news here at the end, unless you want the end chest for the named loot, you don't actually have to face the end fight. Unless they've changed that too. I don't think they will have. We just have to find the lady. Oh, Featherfall just triggered before we hit the floor and lost the health. Oh no, 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 no. Go on, lightning, do it, do it. Yeah. Okay, so that's part of the quest. She tells you a chamber. Hidden fiends. I think that's the upstairs room with the death slad. So we'll just pick up a few little bits and pieces here. There's a secret door there that you can touch a sarcophagus to get a little bit of extra XP, and this starts the... Oh! No, it doesn't. Oh, that's something they've changed. They've moved the vestige of Zuden, because it was always here, wasn't it? And that's interesting.
This is the
Oh no, it
sarcophagus
is in
of
there.
Zuden.
Okay, all right.
Casimir was searching
Just me
for.
being silly.
You call out to him.
So
and
he
always
eventually
listen
does
to
his
the voice.
wandering round and goes wandering through this area, but we don't need to do that unless we want to do the end fight. I'm just going to wander up to the top room here to try and complete the quest.
The decrepit lich turns toward you.
Do I know you?
He wonders aloud.
Give ourselves all the chances we can have. Oh! Okay. Where were we? Trigger that. I love how they just burst through the closed doors or out of walls. Oh, hello. You guys didn't waste any time, did you? Immune, come on. I need to wake up to these things. Is that Lich actually shooting us? I don't think he was he? Anyway, let's make sure we complete it before anything else goes wrong.
Surely it will be useful in the struggle against Strahd.
Not exactly convincing, but I didn't see too much by way of change there. Unless maybe now the things that I think one of the things it mentioned was that there are less locations where each manuscript can be. So perhaps it's taken out some of the more awkward ones to reach, I don't know. In any case, I don't think we did too badly there. You've seen my gross ineptitude in both this one and the last one, and yet the build still made it through, so it must have something going for it. I think I've probably waffled on for far too long already, so I will thank you very much as always for looking, and we will speak to you in the next one. Take care.